good morning.
Good morning.
You hear, teacher?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, very good. So, how are you today, Terry?
I'm fine, thank you, and you?
I'm very good now, and what about you? Did you have a good sleep last night?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. And so today is already Tuesday, another set of our week, but I believe it's gonna be the last week of our class in this, before you go back to school, right?
Right.
So when is the beginning of the class?
On Tuesday.
On Tuesday next week, so that's September 4. Is that right?
No. It's Thursday.
Thursday next
This week.
this Thursday?
Yes.
So August 30th you will go back to school?
Yes.
Oh, really? Are you
Really?
excited?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just wondering if you will keep the class. Terry?
I don't know. I'll ask my mother.
Oh, yeah. Because as far as I am concerned, I think you will only take your class until this August only, right?
Right.
Okay, Terry, so are you excited going back to school?
Yes, I'm excited.
Oh, really? Why are you excited?
Because I can meet the new classmates.
Okay, new classmates. You will be meeting the same classmates. What do you think? Or you will be or is it every year or every school year you have new classmates, Terry? Or it uh-huh.
Every 2 years.
Every 2 years you
Yes.
have new classmates. Oh, I see. Not just every year, right?
Right.
So, do you make friends with the new classmates?
I didn't know the new classmate yet.
I mean, before. How do you make friends? Do you make friends with them? With the new classmates? Because during the class, the teacher or your teacher will introduce the new classmates, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, how do you make friends with the new classmates?
We
Do you make friends with them? Do you make friends to a new classmate?
Sometimes. Yes.
Yes, you do. Okay, good. All right. Well, it is very honoring to have a new classmate because it's another, you will it will add up more friends to you, right? And I think you must be honored on that because not everyone or not every child is like you, Terry, who can make friends. There are some children or many kids are also shy making friends. Sometimes they don't like making friends. Okay?
Okay.
But I think, Terry, you are a very smart kid. You like making friends, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, let's now continue, Terry, with our discussion. From the last, okay, let's have a short recap. Okay, so we have studied already, a scientific method, right? Some of the scientific methods that we already discussed before. We are actually about to start with making observation, asking question, making plan, following the plan, record the results, trying the plan again, drawing a conclusion, and of course, communicate. Okay, those are some steps of scientific method. Okay, so do you still remember what scientific method is? Do you still remember that?
I think I'm not repent. Yes.
Okay, what is it?
It's
Yes, Terry? What is it? What is scientific method?
mm, it means science. Uh, Scientists ask questions about the things they see. They make a plan to help them find answers to their questions. You can use this plan too.
Okay, got it. Mm-hmm. All right, well, I will accept that. But when you say scientific method, let me remind you that this is a procedure, okay? It's a
Okay.
method of procedure that has characteristic, okay? Has a natural science characteristic, okay? And it's actually systematic observation, measurement, and experiment, and also formulation, testing, and modification of hypothesis. Okay, so there are many things to consider when you're making this method. Okay, this scientific method. Well, we call it scientific because it underwent or it undergoes natural science. Okay, when you say natural science, natural from the word natural, okay? It's not authentic, okay? This is something comes from the origin, okay? This is original, right? Like um, for example, you're going to mix the color some primary colors, right? Like yellow and red. Okay? So what will
Okay.
happen with the color when you combine yellow and red? What's gonna happen?
Mm, it will turn to orange.
Yes, it will turn to orange. Okay, very good. It will turn to orange. So, um, and you have to think about, okay, why it turned to orange when you mix them together, red and yellow. What is the content or what are the contents of yellow color and what are the contents of red? Why they become orange, right? When you mix them together. You know, you have to study, you have to observe, okay, you have to ask questions, you have to make a plan, right? And you mentioned before that you already had some experiments in the school, right?
Right.
And how do you feel about doing some experiments in school?
Mm, mm, mm,
Okay. All right. How do you feel when you do some experiment in school? Do you feel happy?
Yes.
Yeah, why? Why do you feel happy?
Because it's cool.
It's cool and you learn a lot, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's so exciting that, you're excited to know the result. What's gonna happen, right? When you do some experiments, you want to know the result. What's gonna happen, right?
Right.
That's the that's one of the excitement or the exciting moment rather when you're doing some experiment. Okay, you want to see the result. What's gonna happen? That is so exciting. Okay, so in here we're going to talk about I think we already finished talking about observe and ask a question, right?
Right.
Okay. So as we already discussed this before, of course, when you observe, what do you use when you observe? So remember that? What sense organ in your body that you use when you observe?
Mm,
Or I would say sense organs. You know, sense organs? What part of your body that you're going to use when you're observing something? Hmm?
mm,
What do you use? Oh, you already forgot. We discussed it before. Okay, we use our eyes. That's the first organ that we use when we observe, right?
right.
Okay, we use our eyes. What else? What else do we use when we observe something?
Mouth.
No, not exactly. We don't use our mouth when we observe. When you observe, you are only quiet. You keep silence, right?
Right.
Okay, so we use our ears, right?
Right.
Sometimes when you observe and like for example, there is a chirping bird outside your house, but you don't see it. So what do you use? Terry, do you understand what I mean? Chirping. There is a chirping sound outside the house. Okay, you follow teacher. I'm on page 37. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, example. Okay. So we use our eyes. We use our eyes. Blank and blank to observe the things around us. Okay. Can you see it, what I'm writing here? Are you
Yes, I
there?
can see it.
Okay. So we already used our eyes. You already said it. We use our eyes, right?
Right.
Okay, so for example, you hear a chirping sound outside the window. Okay?
Okay.
Do you know what's the meaning of chirping?
I don't like chirping.
Okay, when someone is or somebody is chirping, okay, only the birds can chirp. Okay?
Okay.
So I will write it down. So when you see a chirping, or when you hear rather, a chirping bird, what do you use? What do you use, Terry? What part of your body are you using?
Oh, ear.
Ears. Very good. Okay. So, you also need your ears when you observe, right?
Right.
Okay, very good. Let's, there's also one more sense organ, okay, that you need. Okay, for example, there is a hot, okay, you feel the, okay, wait a minute, a hot coffee, okay?
Okay.
How do you know that the coffee is hot or cold? Because you can make a hot coffee or a cold coffee, right?
Right.
Okay,
Use your mouth.
Sorry?
Use your mouth.
You use your mouth. Okay, when you already taste it or when you drink it, you can already know if it's hot or cold. And why? Why? Why do you use your mouth in order to know if it's hot or cold?
Because mouth can tell the food is hot or cold.
Okay, that's very good. Your mouth can tell if it's hot or cold. And why? What do you what kind of sense of organ is that? Why do you know that it's gonna be hot or it's gonna be cold?
Nose.
No, not exactly. Okay, not just in your eyes or not just in your ears that you observe, okay? So all parts of our body, okay, don't forget it, huh? Skin is the largest part or is the largest organ of the body. Okay, so you use your eyes, you use your ears, and sometimes we also use our skin. Why skin? Because the skin can feel something, right?
Right.
Do you understand what teacher means?
Yes.
Okay, so these three are very important in observing the things around us. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, wait a minute. I think I missed one thing here. Eyes. Okay. Color of the flowers, for example. Okay. So the color of the flowers, for example, we use our eyes also, right? In order for you to observe the color, in order for you to see what's the color of the flowers, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so that's one way to observe, okay? I mean, those are the things we use. We need the senses, we need the sense organs, the eyes, the ears, and the skin. Okay, these three are so important. There's one more before I forget. You also use your nose, okay? By the way, you also use your nose, when there is a garbage, okay? So you can smell open garbage, you know, the odor of the open garbage, right? So you can use your nose also, right? When you're making observations, right?
Right.
What else? Eyes, ears, nose, the skin. I think only these four, right? We use these sense organs when observing the things around us, right?
Right.
Okay, when you are finished observing something, okay, what will you do next? You have to ask question, right?
Right.
Okay, so let us talk about, okay, let's go back to page 36, okay?
Okay.
So there are two kids here. Okay, they talk about the plants, right?
Right.
Okay, can you read their conversation?
Mm,
Can you read that? Page 36.
okay. What do plants need to grow?
What do
I heard them.
plants?
What do plants need to grow?
With an S, Terry. What do plants? With an S.
What do plants need to grow?
Keep going. Keep on reading.
I think plants need light to grow.
Okay, so here, the girl asked a question. Okay, what was the question? What do plants need to grow? So the girl wants to know why the plants are growing, right?
Right.
Okay, and then the boy said, oh, he thinks that the plants need light in order for them to grow. Do you think that's right?
Yes, right.
Yes. Okay. Now, when he already made the question like that, okay, you don't stop asking question, right? You
Right.
don't stop asking question because after asking that question, you might be asking why, right? After using what, okay, you can also use why. Why, why the plants need light to grow. Okay? So I will show you something in here. Please follow teacher. Okay, you can use WH questions. So, are you familiar with WH questions?
Can you say again, please?
Are you familiar with WH questions? Okay. Follow teacher on page 37 again.
Okay.
Okay. Can you see that? Ask a question. Can you see this? Ask a question. Page 37. Okay. So after the observation, you're going to ask questions. But how do you ask? Okay, there are 5 steps. Or not really a steps. Okay, there are something that you need to know first in order for you to easily ask questions. Okay, we have WH questions. Okay, so what are those? We have what, we have where, we have when, we also have who, okay, and we also have why or how. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so in here, we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 or 6 WH questions. That's why we call it WH because they all started at WH, right? So, when you observe with the conversation of the girl and the boy, the girl asked or she used WH question in asking a question, right? What was her question? The girl asked, okay, what was the question? Can you read again, Terry?
What, where, when, who.
Huh? Sorry? Again. What do plants?
Oh, what do plants need to grow?
Okay, what do plants need to grow? That's the question of the girl, right?
Right.
Okay, So that's an example answer. I mean, that's an example question. Using what? Using WH question, correct? Is that correct?
Yes, it's correct.
Okay. So, you can ask WH question, like for example, using what? Okay. What do plants need to grow? Okay, now you can also use where, when, who, and why. Okay, so if you have no questions with where, when, who, and why in your experiment, okay, you can ask question like why, right?
Right.
Why? Because the boy said, in order for the plants to grow, it needs light, right? So
Right.
you will keep on asking why. Why the plants grow? Because of the light, right? So how do you ask a question using that? Using the answer of the boy. Okay?
Okay.
So we have to ask the question from the sentence. Okay, I will help you with that. Follow me on page 37, please.
Okay.
So this is the answer of the boy, right? The answer of the boy is this. The boy's answer. Okay. Let me check. Okay, wait a minute. This is the boy's answer, right?
Right.
I think, can you read that?
I think plants need light to grow.
I think plants need light to grow, right?
Right.
So how do you make a question using this sentence? Using why.
Um, why
Mm-hmm.
why the sky is blue?
No. No, Terry. I'm talking about the boy's answer. Can you see it? Are you on page 37?
Oh, I see it.
Okay, you have to make a question using this sentence. I think plants need light to grow. Okay, make a question using why. Using this sentence. How do you make...
Why the plants need light to grow?
Sorry? Why?
The plants
Why the plants?
need light to grow.
Sorry, I cannot hear you well. One more time. Why?
Why the plants need light to grow?
I don't get it. Terry, please slowly. I don't exactly understand you if you're talking about plants or light. One more time. Why the what?
Why the plants
Why the plants? Okay.
need light to grow?
Need light to grow. Okay, very good. So why the plants need light to grow? Okay. So, if you will notice, okay, I will highlight this one. Okay, so why? Okay, the first question was started with what? What do plants need to grow? So the subject here is plants, right? In that question. Here, why the plants need light? Okay, here, what you're talking about now is the light. Although your subject is still plants, but your main focus here is the light. Okay, why do you think that the plants need light to grow? Okay? Why? Not what, but why. So you should know, you should answer this. Okay, so you have two questions already. From these two questions, okay, so the boy already answered that question, right? So I will put it here. He already knows the question. There's already an answer from the question number 1. And the question number 1 was, what do plants need to grow? And the answer is already here. I think plants need light to grow. Correct? Correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now let us now try to answer the question why. Okay, I think the next question is quite difficult, right? Terry, but we will try to answer them, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so the question was, or the question is, why the plants need light to grow? So you have to know what are the contents, what kind or what are the components of light. Okay. What kind of light you talk about? Of course, we talk about,
Sun.
yeah, exactly. It's gonna be the light from the sun. It's not the light from the light bulb, okay? So we're going to write down sunlight, okay? What kind of light or lights the plants need? It should be sunlight, okay? It needs sunlight in order for the plant to grow. Okay? You got it?
Yes, I got it now.
Okay, now, that's the question, right? Why do you think that the plants need light to grow? So in here, you have to research, you have to conduct some research. What does a plant have, right? So that's what we're going to do right now. Okay? So we are going to check a sunlight. Okay? What does it have? Okay? What does a sunlight have? What does a sunlight have in order to grow plants? You know, we are so very lucky because there is already internet. You are so lucky. You are very blessed, Terry, because, you know, when you make some research, you can go to the internet and you can already find the answer, right?
Right.
When we were kids, I think when your dad and your mom were kids or were like a student like you, they had hard time researching the questions, okay? Because there was no internet in our time, okay? Or maybe if there was already internet, you know, it's not common to use it at home, unlike today, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay, so I would like to share with you that, oh, by the way, the sun make their own, what do you call it? The plants need sun to make their own food or photosynthesis, okay? By the way, I just checked it from the Google. The answer just came from the Google, okay?
Okay.
And it's very easy to answer that. Okay, so you have to answer this question. Oh, sorry. Wait a minute. Okay. By the way, the plants do not only need light, but they also need water, right?
Right.
Okay. But of course, we are talking about light first. Okay, we will talk about the water later. Okay, plants. Can you read the answer?
Okay. Plants need sun to make their own food energy.
Okay, wait, I'll write it down. Plants need the sun. Okay, need the sun to make their own food energy. Okay, so this is the answer. That food energy, oh, they make their own food. Can you imagine that, Terry? They can make their own food by the sun and the water. And that's what we call photosynthesis. Can you say that? Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis.
Yeah, okay, you got it.
Yes, I got it.
Okay, well, I also have some research here. It says here, why do plants need the sun? Okay, so I'm gonna share with you a very specific, okay, we can check it out here. Okay, check this out. Can you see the link?
Oh, yes, I can see it.
Okay, so it means you're gonna click it. It says click me. Alright, you click it. Okay, can you open it? Okay, can you go to that website? Can you open it?
Yes, I can open it.
Okay, what can you see there? What's the title of that link? Why?
Plants need the sun.
Yeah, you can easily find it from the Google, right?
Right.
So you can already make your own researching using the Google. You just type in, why do plants need the sun? Right? Because it's very important for you to know, because it says here, the plants need the sun to make their own food energy, which is photosynthesis. Now, there is more for you to know. Why do plants need the sun? Okay. Okay, let us read that. Please follow teacher on the website. Can you see? All right, I want you to read that. Without the sun, can you read?
Without the sun, plants can't get the food they need to grow, reproduce,
And survive.
and
Survive.
survive.
Okay. Continue. Continue reading.
Unlike
Animals with an S.
Plants and are
Autotrophs. Meaning?
Autotrophs, meaning they create their own food source.
Okay, meaning they create their own food source. Okay, continue.
Okay, they use energy from light or from the sun, water and gases from the air to create
Glucose. Okay, continue. This process
This process
is photosynthesis,
is photosynthesis,
and all plants,
algae,
and
even some
microorganisms
use it.
Okay, thank you for reading. Okay, I will explain what you read. Did you understand that? No.
No.
A little.
Yes, just a little.
Okay, so it's telling here that without the sun, plants cannot get the food. Okay, so for example, okay, it says here that animals, okay, they can easily let's talk about a lion. Okay? Lion is a wild animal, right?
Right.
So in order for the lion to have energy, what do?
They eat the meat.
Yes, they need the meat. They will eat meat. And how do they eat meat?
Use their teeth.
Yeah, they have to find another animal in the forest, right? In order for them to eat. Okay? So when they already eat, when they've already eaten something, some meat, they will have energy, right?
Right.
Even a human being or a person, when you eat, you will get energy from the food you eat, right?
Right.
Okay, with the sun, they cannot find their food by themselves, right? That's
Right.
why the plants are rooted on the land so that they will be stable, and whether it's raining, all right, or sunny, they can still get the water and the light they need in order for them to grow, because the sun and because they can get energy from the sun and from the light and from the water, or we say it's sun. Okay? Sun, they need light from the sun, and they also need water from the rain. Okay, or you can also you can also water them using your faucet, right? And they also need air. Okay, they also need uh, gases from the air. For example, do you know what, Terry?
Yes.
Okay, there are three things. There are three things that the plants need. They need water, they need sun or light, and gases. Wow, you will be surprised, Terry. How do they need gas? How do they live, all right? By using these three things, okay? So I will write it down here. What do they need? So they need the sun. Firstly, they need the sun or light, correct? Then they need
Correct.
water, and they also need gases. What kind of gas? It comes from the air,
Oh.
okay?
Okay.
These are the main food of the plants, okay?
Okay.
All right, where does the gases come from? From the air. Okay, why? Because, Terry, I think you know this already. When you have many plants, for example, you live in the countryside. You know countryside?
Yes, I know.
Okay, so when you live in the countryside, there are many trees and plants, right?
Right.
Okay. And your parents or maybe your grandparents will tell you, it's good to live in the countryside because it's healthier, right?
Right.
Because there are many trees and many plants. Why do you think they say that? Okay? Listen very carefully. If there are many, okay? If there are many plants around you or trees around you, okay? The plants and trees inhale, you know what I mean, inhale? Like that.
Oh.
You use your breath when you inhale. Like that, okay? That's the meaning.
Okay.
The trees and plants inhale the carbon dioxide. What is that carbon dioxide? Carbon dioxide comes from the car and from the air people uh breath, okay? We release carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide is not good for the environment. So that we need the trees and the plants so that they will inhale the carbon dioxide. You get it?
Yes, I've got it.
And you know what? After they inhale the carbon dioxide, they can breathe also, okay? They can release oxygen. They release oxygen, and that oxygen We need that. The environment needs clean oxygen. Okay? You understand?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, so that's why when you have many plants and trees around you, it's healthier because people can breathe healthy oxygen. Okay? Because that
Okay.
oxygen comes from the plants. They have a natural process of making clean air. Okay?
Okay.
And you know, if there are no trees and plants, you will notice that the air is bad, right?
Right.
Yeah. So you already understand now, right? Is this your first time to know that, Terry? It's the first time?
Mm,
Do you know that before?
mm,
Not yet.
not yet.
So are you happy that you know that now?
Yes.
So in the school, when your teacher asks you, okay, why do plants need water or sun or gases? So you know why. You can already answer that question. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, can you tell me, Terry, why do plants need light or sunlight, water, and gases?
Because mm, because they produce their food. Uh, they use sun and water and gas produce their food,
To produce their own food.
own food.
And what do you call that?
Uh,
Photosynthesis.
photosynthesis.
That
Oh,
process, we call it photosynthesis. Okay? So if
okay.
you want to know more about what we have discussed, continue reading the website. You can see there. Because from when you scroll it down, you can see how photosynthesis works and and the photosynthetic process. You can continue reading that. And maybe you can show this to your dad and to your mom if they can read English and if they can understand English. You can ask them the real process of this. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Or I think they can explain this to you. Maybe your dad. Your dad is good in English, right?
Right.
How about mom?
No.
Okay, so maybe you can ask your dad. Maybe you can ask your dad about this, and you may ask him, Daddy, can you help me? Because teacher Cha says that the process of the plants in order to make food, they need sunlight, water, and gases. And the teacher Cha said that we call it photosynthesis. And if you want to know more about the process of photosynthesis, okay, you can read the website. Okay, the one I gave you here on the book. It says click me, right?
Right.
Okay, so did you learn about that? About making food, energy of the plants, right?
Right.
Okay, that's only one way of asking questions. So when you already answered the question, that's the time that can you go to the next step. What is the next step? Make a plan, right?
Right.
Okay. You're gonna make a plan. You're gonna follow the plan. You're gonna record the results. Okay, and try the plan again and draw a conclusion. And then you communicate. That's how the scientific method works. Okay? But now, I think I gave you a homework last time, so I want to check that. Okay?
Okay.
So follow teacher. I think it's still on page 36. Okay. Okay, Terry, okay, you have your answer here, right?
Right.
What do you need to be strong and healthy? Okay, so you have very long answer. Did you write this on your own?
No. I find.
What? Sorry?
I find in Google.
Oh, you found it in the Google? Okay. It's okay to find it in the Google. Excuse me. But you also try your best. You also try your best to make your own sentence next time. Okay, Terry?
Okay.
Can you read your answer?
Okay. What do
What do you need to be strong and healthy? You just read your answer, Terry.
I think I need
Carbohydrates.
carbohydrate. I think I need carbohydrate, protein, fat, minerals, and vitamins.
Vitamins.
Vitamins. The 5 major
Nutrients.
nutrients and the intake
Nutrients are indispensable.
indispensable. Otherwise it will cause
Physical
discomfort, overweight, obesity,
malnutrition.
malnutrition,
Or various diseases
various diseases
caused by
caused by the lack of
certain minerals
or
or vitamins.
water and
Cellulose are all
water and cellulose are also two essential
nutrients
nutrients
for the body. For the human body. Human body. Okay. All right. Well, I think Terry, because you told me you just got the answer from the Google. So I think there are many words that you don't understand here. Okay. So in order for you to understand completely your answer, because you just found it from the Google, I think you understand a little, right?
Right.
Okay, in the ratio 1 to 10. Okay, how many that you could only understand? 10 is the highest, 1 is the lowest. How much
3.
did you understand? Just 3?
Yeah.
You just understood 3? Wow, that's very little. Okay? So, I want you to highlight, or you just underline. For example, you don't know what carbohydrate is. You underline that.
I know what carbohydrate is.
Only example, okay? So
Okay.
I want you to underline which word you don't understand. For example, you don't know the meaning of indispensable. You underline that, okay? Then you don't know what's the meaning of intake. You underline that. Because I will explain it to you next meeting. That's going to be tomorrow. Okay, you got it?
Yes, I got it.
So that's my homework for you. Underline the question. I mean, underline the words you don't understand from your answer, and I will explain that to you. Okay?
Okay.
So this is your homework. Underline words you do not understand from your answer above. Okay? That's what you have to do because I would like you to completely understand your answer. Okay? This
Okay.
is your homework, but you know, Terry, you need to understand that completely because your answer is very good. Okay? This is complete answer. What do you need to be strong and healthy? Yeah, that's correct. You need carbohydrates, protein, fat, minerals, and vitamins in order for you to grow, in order for you to be strong, in order for you to be healthy. Just like the plants, they need three things, right? They need
Right.
sunlight, they need water, and they need gases from the air. Okay? That's also important. It's also important for you to know what a person needs, what a human body needs, okay? In order to
Okay.
to be strong and healthy. Okay, so we will continue our discussion tomorrow, Terry, right?
Right.
Is there any question?
I have no question.
Okay, so have a great morning to you, Terry. I'll see you then. Okay?
Okay.
Bye, Terry.
Bye.
Okay.